when I was first engaged to do the solar train project, the train was actually at the Lithgow Heritage Railway Museum in west of Sydney. And so I made a trip down to Lithgow and had a fun day climbing over the roof, measuring up the roof for the solar system. And initially we were thinking it might be a flyover canopy just to preserve the train as it was, but that really was going to lose the form factor of the train. So fortunately for us, a new solar panel product had just been devised called an e-arc panel, which is a polycarbonate cover instead of the glass of a normal panel. So it had a degree of flexibility and bend, and the solar train was actually the first project with that panel in Australia. So it was a great application to prove this great new technology. And since then they've been installed on the Maritime Museum in Sydney and other great locations. They give such benefit of being curved and lightweight. The beauty of a fun project like the solar train here is it can prove the technology and inspire people to think well and truly bigger and better is possible from electric drive systems powered by the sun, or any other renewable energy for that matter. And Australia is so abundant in renewable energy sources that we're only just starting to realise the potential of what we've got here. There's been a number of reports coming out now how we can easily solar power, or solar and wind power Australia. So the solar powered train in Byron Bay was a wonderful concept to bring a new technology into an old heritage train. The local community were looking for a clean energy solution for the transport that would remove the diesel engine and the pollution that provided into a clean, simpler technology actually, less maintenance, more reliable. So the solution that we came up with, we assessed the energy loads that would be needed to run the train. It's a 70-tonne train, so it's quite a mass to move. So there's a lot of calculations done around what it would take to accelerate that train up to rolling speed, cruising speed, and then what energy we could recapture when the brakes are applied in the regeneration system with the electric drive motor. And through those calculations, we've come up with a 30 kilowatt array on the main platform and another 6.5 kilowatt system on the roof of the train. So when we were scoping out the project and the requirements of powering the train with solar and electrifying the drive system, we recognised that there were some challenges to doing this and we needed a broader skill set and put a team together. Outside of my business, Nickel Energy, providing the charging system and the solar generation, we also engaged Brett Sutherland from El Mofo in Newcastle, who had great experience in electrifying all sorts of motor vehicles, and this was his first train. In engaging with Brett, then we could work with Parker Motors from the US, and they were the electric motor supplier to the project, and they helped us crunch all the numbers and understand really the requirements of electrifying a 70-tonne train and what motor drive system we'd need. And then I guess the real challenge though is around sizing the batteries. So we've worked on getting an appropriate size battery that we can charge during the day from the solar, but know that it's got enough onboard storage capacity to run the train reliably for the timetable that was envisaged. And there's multiple stops and more to come, I think, from the owners of the train, planning other stops along the way which will require more energy. So we did try and future-proof it for those extra stops that are planned down the track. In addition to that was around the pulling out an old diesel motor and then fitting in a new electric drive system. We had to engineer a gearbox, completely unique and customised gearbox to take the torque from the twin electric motors and get it into the drive shafts. We also had to work through what was a new type of project, so it was some cutting edge design on solar charging system, and we had to design and get manufactured the actual solar chargers and the inverters on board to take the energy and apply it through to a 410 volt battery system. So there just wasn't those sort of components readily available, so we've scoured the world and found those, or found manufacturers actually to make them to our spec. The battery system is a 77 kilowatt hour battery bank, so similar size to say a Tesla car, and that is enough to power the train. And those batteries were designed by Brett in Newcastle at El Mofo, and the cells in there are Kokum from Korea. The batteries sit in an oil bath, so that is keeping them cool. It's a cooling system, but also part of that fire retardant. With the solar system that's charging the train, the roof of the train is feeding directly into the batteries and largely fueling the train. In addition to that, we have a grid-connected 30 kilowatt solar system on the main platform, and that's overproducing well and truly the needs of the train. So around 70% of the output of that solar system is being fed back into the local network, and that excess energy is enough to power over 12 local homes. So we've gone well and truly above and beyond in ensuring this solar train is solar powered and also sharing that excess energy with the local community. So one of the other benefits of the train for the local community of Byron Bay has been the park and ride opportunity. Anyone coming into Byron from the north side will know how bad that traffic can get, especially in summer. So the train provides a chance to park your car and just enjoy a nice peaceful trip into town without the hassle of parking or sitting in the long traffic queues into Byron, which is great for the community and also great for sustainability. Also encouraging cyclists too. You can use your bike with the train at the other end and get around the arts and industrial area. So the local community are using it as a commuting option too, not just a tourist attraction. So it's been fantastic to see the interest in the solar train project. You know, being a world first, it's obviously tweaked the imagination of many people around the world. We've had lots of inquiries, been working closely with some projects in both India, Argentina and Italy. In particular, the partnership we've formed with India. The Indian government have been looking at solar powering their broader network. They have the world's largest network of railway. They've been looking at a solar powering of a particular railway fleet, which we've been working closely on with them for the last 12 months now. So a good fit we've found working with the Indian Railways is the smaller intercity or inter-village trains that typically run up to around 100 kilometres. We can have charging and solar powered charge ports at each end of those runs. So they're going from one direction, topping up and then going back in the other direction, all fueled by the solar they're getting at each end. So we should be seeing solar powered trains in India, partly inspired by this first one here in Byron Bay. So the train has delivered the benefits we all envisaged at the start of the project. It's 100% solar powered, net carbon positive, and has been reliable, running over 3 years now on the solar energy system that we first planned way back when. So yeah, I think the owners and the community have been really thrilled with the project and the outcomes.